Alright, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Concepticon, and what I'm reviewing here is the Ultimate Edition AJ Styles figure by Mattel. Now, I wanted to do this one the moment I saw that they were going to come out with this AJ Styles. I knew I was going to buy it. It was a must-have. Because I knew we were going to get a new head sculpt, and we were getting AJ with the ultimate articulation. I'm a big AJ Styles mark. The last time I had, I think one of the wrestling themed videos or unboxings, it was an AJ Styles figure. It was the Monday Nitro WCW AJ. And now here we are again with the Ultimate Edition. And you're going to see that AJ in this video as well, when I do the comparisons to some of the other AJ figures I have. But yeah, I knew the moment this one came out, I'm like, yeah, I gotta have it. And I bought two of them. Oddly enough, I bought this one, or one of them, at, I think from Ringside Collectibles, along with the Seth Rollins Ultimate. I only bought one Seth, I'm not opening him. And the next day, I go to Myers, and they had this AJ along with the Razor from the set. And then within a few days later, we had this AJ Styles at the Walmart I work at. So it's coming. And everybody's going to get an opportunity to get this AJ. Now, how do I feel about this figure with the attire? It's from his match with Edge at last year's WrestleMania. And the match was a little underwhelming. It was one of those, see, AJ Styles' run in WWE has consisted of a lot of matches that on paper and in theory should have been 5-star matches, but end up being kind of just common regular matches. Hence his matches with Nakamura. Everyone was expecting that to be on par with his Wrestle Kingdom match with Nakamura. It was just, it underwhelmed. Same thing happened with his match with Edge. Now, this was AJ Styles back in the TNA days versus, I want to say, 2003-ish kind of Edge. Would have been a lot better, but this is older Edge, slow down Edge. And this is a much older and more grounded AJ Styles, so the match was just okay. But we got an Ultimate AJ Styles out of it. The attire, I'm not too mad at it. I wish we would have gotten more AJ Styles in red attires, but blue is kind of AJ's color. When you think of AJ Styles, you think of blue more than any other color. So I'm not mad at this attire too much. It's just not from one of his better matches. And the same thing with the Randy Orton coming out. It's like you got Ultimate Randy Orton coming out and you give him a contemporary look. When we've kind of gotten maybe a Randy Orton with an Evolution shirt and the red trunks with the gold Orton logos, and maybe the Intercontinental Championship. But they've given us a few Ortons with the, from that era, I guess. But I'm like, you're going to give us this Orton? Could have even given us a 2009 bald Orton instead of contemporary. But anyway, enough talking. Let's get this thing open. And we'll do the finisher check. We'll see how each head looks on them. I already pre-cut them. Pre-cut the box. But before I open it, this is the back of it. As you can see there's a picture of him doing a phenomenal forearm. There's the actual AJ from that, from the likeness. And then this, you can pause to see the illustration paragraph there. It tells you about the match he had on this night and everything, things like that. And, you know, the stats, height, 5'11", from Gainesville, finisher, and WWE champion. I think AJ is a 2-time WWE champion. He might be a Grand Slammer or something. You know, he is a Grand Slam champion, actually. He's had the Intercontinental Championship. I think he's been U.S. champion. Wait, did AJ have the IC belt? I don't know. I'm not sure about that. But he definitely was a U.S. champion. and definitely a two-time WWE champion and a tag team champion with Omos. So we're gonna open it here, and I already have everything pre-cut here. Every time you get Ultimate, it gives you this, let you know, hey, this is the Ultimate experience. You're gonna get multiple items with it, swappable hands, and things of that nature. And accessory-wise, you have a sleeveless shirt, not quite a tank top, but a sleeveless shirt. And you got one of those hoodies vests that he always comes with, but this one has a cloth one instead of one that is hard rubber or plastic, what have you, that you could attach to it, which is a good switch. And then we have the actual AJ figure here, and I kept a DC stands out here because he has holes in the bottom of his feet that we could pose on, put him on a stand for. So there's the actual figure. And then we have some hands, which they really did their thing as far as sculpting and detailing on the hands, because they got, reminds me of like how they used to do the Taker ones. I don't think Mattel's done them, but Jax used to like have the Undertaker hands, and they'll put the tape along with the gloves. I don't think Mattel has done that yet with his with any of the Taker figures. But it has the white inside, and then these are the two fisted hands, and then it has the let me give you a P1 logo, which my camera isn't. You could probably make it out. Probably can't. But it's got a P1 logo on top of the glove. And P1 logo on both of the hands, both of the fisted hands here. So he's got two fisted hands. And then he's got what I love. It's the P1 pose hands, because he has the butterfly joints. You can actually do the P1 logo taunt that he does. And then we have finally here the last accessories. We have AJ smiling scope here. Bring the light over so you can see a little bit better. So we have a smiling sculpt here. Kind of a smirk, really. And then we have this one here. They've been doing this thing with a lot of the previous Ultimate editions, where they like to give you an animated sculpt as the wrestler's doing either one of their taunts or some facial expression as they're coming through the entrance, doing, like the Goldberg had the head where you could put the smoke in. The Batista had the one where his face is screaming when he's doing the machine gun taunt when he's coming out. The Edge had the weird looking face with his hair all up in the air when he's doing the spear. And the same with the Roman, it had the head facing up where he's doing the ooh-ah, taunt when he's about to spear you. This AJ has one where I guess his hair's supposed to be all over in the air when he's doing a phenomenal forearm. My favorite expression is the default head sculpt. It was a long time coming because we kept getting the same head sculpts on AJs after a while. And this was a good change of pace. But yeah, we're here go over the articulation a little bit. So, of course, you get this far out. And one of the things that they've done too with the new Ultimate editions is you get, I don't know what they call this articulation, but it's good for like, this would be good for like the Rob Van Dam that are coming out with the Ultimate Edition Rob Van Dam for, leveraging kicks and things like that. But you got that type of articulation. I think the Bret Hart was one of the first that they've added this articulation with. I'm trying to see where or how pertinent, when that would come into play when you have it. I know I have a Bruce Lee, I want to say it's by, who makes the Bruce Lee figures? I know SH Figure Arts made one, but they're the company I have them with. I want to say it's Diamond Select. And the Bruce Lee figures that they came out with one with the orange jumpsuit and the one with the black slacks from Enter the Dragon. And his legs do the same thing. And you think, okay, well, this is Bruce Lee. You kind of want to have that type of articulation for all the kicks he does. So I'm thinking the same type of articulation and extra, movability and accessibility will come in handy for like a Rob Van Dam figure. But you could get that far out. And you could do that much with the knees. You got these cool knee pads. These got toe swivel, of course, which is one of the perks of getting Ultimate Editions. So you could do that far up. And that's one of the things about it, too, is that you could damn near, like, yeah, it definitely helps with, like, the kicks and stuff. It can be cumbersome, though, because then you'll get stuck like that, and then you just got to pop it back in. And, of course, got the double elbow joints. Butterfly, which would be great for when you're trying to do, again, like the P1 tunt. And the head, it doesn't really move that much forward or down because he kind of doesn't have a neck. But then you can see he's got the wristband, the AJ wristband there. And then the elbow pad there. They didn't come with the elbow pad with the AJ on the back of it. Because, you know, he usually wears the elbow pad and it has the logo, the AJ logo like that on the back of the elbow pad. It's got the tattoo. The tattoo, they did a really good justice. You can see, oh, maybe, probably make out the dates there. And it's got the dates of his children's birthdays on there. So that's pretty neat. There's the back, butterfly joints in the back. Nothing on the rear. It's got the Japanese logo here. And then you got the P1 on the side there. Of course, you could move the legs this way too. And then you get that much out of the torso. Not much forward. But yeah, it does help when doing like the stop motion stuff and the figure photography for certain moves to be done. I'm gonna see what it looks like with the shirt on. And probably pop on the vest too to see how well it fits and looks on them. So let's do that now. And give you an idea of how complete this figure looks with some of the accessories. I'm sure a lot of people are buying this AJ, buying way more than one than I am. Like, because we've gotten so many AJs. I'm sure people are buying them to see how well his torso looks on some of the older AJ figures. And it's pretty fun to do that with some of the Ultimates. I know with the AEW figures, it's much easier and way more fun because you can actually pop the torsos off. And I can only imagine how many, you know, the Kenny Omega somebody has. They purchased the Supreme Edition of the Kenny. And just to see, okay, well, this torso pops off easily. Let me see how it looks with the other Supreme, with this Walmart exclusives, you know, legs or what have you, or pop on the, some people had the Razor Trunks Kenny that came with the AEW ring. Let me pop this on the Ultimate torso for my Supreme Kenny's torso and what have you. But that's what it looks like with the tank top on. And let's put on this vest, which I like the vest. I like that it has a cloth hoodie. I was kind of irritated by the way that they had it, where you had to put the hoodie on and through those pegs and whatnot. It was just kind of a pain in the ass, honestly, if I'm being honest. But let's see how well this hoodie goes on them. We'll do a finisher check and we'll do a comparison. This video should wrap up at about 20, a little bit after 20 minutes. We're on 15 right now. Let's see how well this hoodie goes over his head. For me, it's not really fitting very well so far. I'm trying to see. So yeah, for me, it doesn't go on too good. It kind of, I think it depends on what head you have on. Let me pop on the other one. The kind of smirking head that he has. So the smirking one, it kind of goes on a little bit better than their default one, the poker face one. I'm not going to even try it with the one where the hair is like all to the left and whatnot. But that's what it looks like with the hoodie on. I like the smirking one. The smirking one looks good too. And they definitely nailed the likeness of AJ. It looks just like him. They don't mess with these Ultimate Editions. Like the Ultimate Edition, I wouldn't knock anybody for completely just doing with the Ultimates and doing away with the standard Elite line, because they're that damn good. And they've given us some of our favorite versions of a lot of these guys. Because of the extra articulation and whatnot, it definitely helps with some of the poses and even maneuvering of moves, i.e., well, with this hoodie on, it's kind of difficult to do it. But, you know, this is how AJ comes out when he does his pose, the P1 pose. Let me see. Yeah, now the hoodie does kind of obstruct you from being able to do the P1 tunt because of the thickness of the mold and the spatials of it, if you will, the spacing of it. But when we take off the hoodie, we might be able to get a full P1 tunt out of AJ as I've put these gloves on. So let's see, snap the head back on. I'll put the default head back on, so that's my favorite one of the three. And let's see how well we could get a P1 tunt out of this figure. Okay. And I'm not sure, but I think we were able to get somewhat of a P1 tunt out of the, oh, there's that. I think we were able to get a P1 tunt out of the Nitro one too. But we'll see soon. We'll see. So there's the P1 tunt. And the butterfly joints does help with it. Now we're going to see, we're able, let's do a comparison here. This is the previous AJ Styles here. This is the Nitro set one. And, you know, the main reason I'm sure a lot of people bought this AJ too was to be able to create old Impact AJs. In fact, one of the main things I saw a lot of people doing was taking the Nitro AJ and popping it on to this Ultimate Edition just like this, just to get like you know, 2011 AJ with like the trunks, I mean the tights. But it does kind of look neat on them. I ain't gonna lie, it does kind of look neat on them. And out of curiosity, I just want to see how the Ultimate Edition head looks on the Nitro one. It looks a little odd to me. This is the head on the Nitro Edition AJ. I don't know. The Nitro Edition AJ or the Legends Edition AJ. Well, it's from Nitro. His likeness is from when he was on Nitro in the last years of WCW. But it's a Legend Series AJ. Yeah, it looks better on the Ultimate than the Ultimate head looks on the Legends Edition AJ. But yeah, I like the way it looks. And that's just the comparison here. Not too bad, but this one definitely makes this one look super skinny. And, you know, AJ's a little bit more bulky now, a little bit more muscular. He's a lot slender and slimmer about during the time of this likeness and look. So it does kind of make sense. But this is kind of, to me, representing the old guard of figures for AJ, because all of his figures have had these skinny legs, and they recently just started giving, like even the Seth Rollins, the thicker legs, even with the new kick pads. This still has the older kick pads, but this is, I want to say, probably going to be the last AJ we get with these skinny legs. Even the new one that's coming out, I want to say Wave, Elite Wave 104, with the red attire is going to have probably the thicker thighs that the newer Seth Rollins figures have had. But let's see how well he, we're going to do ultimate comparison here. So there's this ultimate AJ. This is the TNA Impact AJ, and it's much taller than the ultimate. It doesn't compare. This is probably the best AJ, in my opinion, since this one, as far as articulation and look and likeness is concerned. This one's like uber articulated though. This is back in the Toy Biz days. The first company that had the license of TNA / Impact figures back in the day. So they gave them the same articulation as a lot of their, you know, Marvel Legends figures. To the point that even the fingers kind of were articulated. The thing is about this AJ is that his neck is like really long, but this is my favorite AJ figure prior to this one, in all honesty. And then we're gonna get, let's put some rivals next to him. This is AJ next to Finn Balor, which I count him as a rival, but they're also former Bullet Club generals. And this is truly a rival here. Daniel Bryan, which this likeness of Daniel Bryan represents the new Daniel Bryan. AJ was the catalyst for this Daniel Bryan's creation and gimmick, because it was when Daniel Bryan turned heel in his match against AJ, where he won a WWE Championship, to become the new Daniel Bryan. So we got an ally, really an ally, and a rival here next to him. And we're going to pop on the last head, which is the, I guess you could say, phenomenal forearm head. And we're also going to pop on the fisted hands, so he could give the phenomenal forearm to Daniel Bryan. So I don't have one of those little stands or anything like that, one of those flight stands, but that's a great, yeah. I see what they were going for with this. It definitely is the best AJ they've ever made, because yeah, I definitely see what they were going for this. Like, if I had like one of those stands where you could like have them in the air like this, I would definitely probably keep them displayed like this. It's just, yeah, I definitely see what they were going for. With the hair to the left like that. It's pretty awesome. I ain't gonna lie. I like this AJ. And what we will do last is see if we're able to do the finisher check. Every figure when I do these wrestling reviews, I like to see if we could do a finisher check. See if this figure is actually able to do the superstar's move. And I want to say, with the extra articulation with the legs like we've gotten, we might be able to get a good Styles Clash out of this AJ. So the thing is with AJ is because I honestly, this is going to be sacrilege. I like Michelle McCool's Styles Clash, which hers is called the Faith Breaker, better than like AJ's because she just does it so effortlessly and perfect. But it's because she's so freaking tall. AJ's 5'11". So it doesn't always come out great when he does it. But there's the Styles Clash. We do get a good Styles Clash out of him. So, and the extra leverage that we get out of the new articulation from the Ultimates does kind of help with the Styles Clash. Plus the butterfly joints, because you could wrap the arms a little bit more around the legs when you do it. So, boom, Styles Clash. And on that note, this figure is awesome. I would definitely recommend buying it if you see it in stores. They're making their ways in stores and Walmarts and Myers and GameStops. Well, no, I don't think GameStop sells the Ultimates. I haven't seen any Ultimates or Supremes in GameStop, but they're definitely able to be found in Walmarts. I got the Razor too. Not the one in the purple, unfortunately, the Chase version, but I would say definitely if you see this in the store, grab a few of them, shoot, because this is the best AJ Styles figure probably to date. I don't think it's going to get any better than this. I felt this way when I first saw it. I'm like, yeah, that's going to be the best AJ they've made. And now that I have it here in hand, I could definitely attest it is the best AJ they've made today. Go get it. Take care, guys.